It is a championship for the Bedford Bulldogs, 3 in a row.
Johnson serves it in. Great header there, and it's a goal.
Brian O'Brien shot, Bedford goal.
Sees it about the 18, sends it up and over and in. Big shot, Grace Crowder. Will kick, snaps back, kick is up. It looks good. It is good.
It's good.
It is good.
It's good.
Good evening and welcome to Bulldog Stadium, where tonight the Bedford Bulldogs will take on the Salem Blue Devils in a Division I girls soccer match. Along with Bill Klein, I'm Lauren Fox. Tonight we'll bring you all the action live here from Bulldog Stadium. I guess if you're watching it delayed, you might be watching it taped. But for us right now, it's live. And Bill, senior night here at Bedford. Bedford last year graduated 8. This year graduating half that. They have 4. The 2 Morris sisters, Lana and Kylie. Kate Michael, defensive player. And Maggie Fox, who's been a keeper at times, and tonight is starting at right wing for the Bulldogs. And Salem as well has 4 seniors. But for the Bulldogs coming into this, they're 11-2-1. Salem 6-5-3. But it's not quite how the one-loss record would indicate. Salem struggled over their last 5 games. They're 0-4-1 over the last 5.
That tells a lot of the story. The struggle, and of course Bedford's lost a couple that they didn't expect to lose. But last year Bedford won this. They were 1-0 over Salem, same game of the season, next to the last basically. And but when you look at this season so far, the common opponents win. It's really kind of crazy. Salem is like a what do you call the team that's messing things up all the way across?
Yeah, they're a bit of a spoiler.
And
if you play that sort of daisy chain along the way, things get a little bit funny when you look at it. But for Salem, it's unfortunately for them a case of they started off great playing against some teams that weren't quite as tough. Their last 5, it's like a murderer's row. Bishop Girton, a 1-0 loss. Timberlane, 3-0 loss. Nashua North, 3-0 loss. Lost to Hanover, or check that, tied Hanover 1-1, and then a 3-0 loss to Exeter. So they have faced some very strong competition. For the Bulldogs, their last several games have not been quite as planned. They lost one to Winnicott on a big shot that you and I saw, and then they wound up tying against the Pinkerton team in a game that they certainly had some chances on offense. They just weren't able to salt the game away. Pinkerton came back with a goal in the second half. Next thing you know, after 2 overtimes in 100 minutes of soccer, thing was still knotted up 1-1, and it wound up as a tie for both of them.
And Salem beat Pinkerton.
Yep.
3-2.
That was
astounding.
That was the daisy chain in my house where my younger one's saying, wait a second, so if Pinkerton beat, I'm not getting into that. Any given team, any given day. For Bedford, their starters on the front line, Kenzie Forrester, Lana Morris at striker, Maggie Fox right wing, mids, Annie Zink, Kylie Morris, and Vashi Bajpai, back line of Kate Michael, McKenna Snow, and Addie Kiley, and Callie Spittle in net for the Bulldogs as well. And Sloan Correa, I should say, also on the back line for the Bulldogs, who attempt to get things started.
If we look at stats year to date real quick.
Yes, go.
Offensively, they're equal. 28 goals scored by each team. Defensively, that's a different tale entirely. You've got only 9 goals that Bedford's given up to 21 goals that Salem has. 6 shutouts for Bedford, only 2 for Salem. So if Bedford can continue their defensive strategies the way they have and can put the ball in the net, they've struggled lately, should be a Bedford win. Should be.
It should be, but again, you have to play the game. You can't just play it on paper. You have to actually play it. Maggie Fox trying to through ball into Lana Morris. It goes off the foot of the Salem defender, who then kicks it out of bounds. It'll be Bedford throw near side. In that Pinkerton game, of course, Bedford scored the first goal of the game about 42 seconds in and then went nearly 100 minutes without finding the back of the net again. A bit frustrating for the Bulldogs. That one sent in, popped around. Again, Sloan Correa has it rattle off her foot. And now Kylie Morris will take her time, send it right on back to McKenna Snow, who sends it way back to Callie Spittle. You may notice, you're watching the game on TV, of course, not radio. Kylie Morris was out for several games. If you look at her right leg, there's a lot of bandaging on there. Nice touch from Maggie Fox to Lana Morris off of Lana. And now Salem back the other way. Ball stolen there. And Annie Zink, great job on D. Now to Sloan Correa, who sends it up. And Bedford controlling the ball on the offensive end right now, and miscommunication there on the part of Salem. It will be a Bedford throw over here on the near side about 2 minutes in.
It's been a crazy weather day here, and but tonight feels like a typical fall evening. Of course, we've got the artificial turf. It's not that big of a deal, but it's probably fairly dry now.
Kylie picks the pocket of the Salem offensive player. Now Vashi to Maggie, back trying to find Vashi, but a little miscommunication. And now Bedford sends it right back the other way. Ball through off of Lana Morris's foot, and the Salem keeper Keys will come up with it. Ronnie Keys, a senior, in net for the Blue Devils. And this is, by all means, a very good Salem team. They just have kind of hit a rough patch at this point of the season. And through no fault of their own, you might want to check in with the guy that sets their schedule next time.
Do you have any idea that, like you said, the last 5 losses that Salem's incurred, and some of them don't make any sense, was there an injury situation or anything that you're aware of?
I don't even think it's – I would look at those 5 games and say those are 5 really tough opponents back-to-back.
Yeah.
It's a really tough gauntlet to run, given what we know and what we know at this point of the season, being the middle of October. You have a pretty good idea of who's good and who's not. Now the ball back near side, sent over to Maggie Fox, who thought she had a shot at controlling it, and instead taken by Salem. They have a throw. Ball thrown in to McKenna Snow. Feet of Fury down there, sends it back to Callie Spittle. And Callie will take her time, evaluate it. Of course, Callie, a very gifted frontline player as well, great ball control. Remember seeing her at the JV level score a ton of goals a couple years ago, but in net is where she likes to be and certainly where she shines.
I'm sure Bedford's glad to have her there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so important, that one player that can make such a big difference, despite the fact that you got 10 other players in front of you that are working hard.
Nice stick there. Maggie steals it away, and Sloan Correa winds up sending it up front. Lana Morris with it. Lana bypasses Vashi, dribbling around, gets to midfield. Now winds up turning Annie Zink around, and the ball sent back across midfield. Right back the other way goes Bedford. Off of Snow, now back to Vashi. Vashi controls. Vashi finds Maggie. Got a little bit of time. Now trying to quick touch pass, but nothing doing there. And now back to the middle. And Morris deflects, and it'll be taken there by the keeper Keys, who bobbles, but still comes up with it clean.
Of course, a lot of people know the fact that Bedford won the state championship last year. And last year, Salem did not make the tournament. The year before that, in 2021, they did. But they lost to, I believe it was Alvern in the first round.
I will say a greatly improved Salem team, and particularly when you consider that the team was 5-1-2 8 games into the season before really getting to the tough part of the schedule. But this is a Salem team that you wouldn't want to go up against in the playoffs, that's for sure.
Good point. That's the way things have been for a number of top-level teams. There's always a couple, like we were saying before, that one team that's going to break somebody's heart.
You see it in the NCAA basketball tournament every year.
Oh, gosh, don't you?
Sloan tries to send it up front. Maggie Fox with it over to Vashi now. And now back to the right side where it's Lana Morris coming up with it. Lana dribbling, now sends it back a line to Sloan Correa, sends it to the middle to Vashi now. Vashi looking to distribute, sees the middle, has a player there, nothing doing, broken up by Salem, and now the Blue Devils will come back the other way. And nice play made there by Noelle West to hold the ball in for Salem. Kylie Morris back far side. And Bedford manages to hold the ball in over on the far side. Kenzie Forrester with it. Now back to Lana. Lana looking to the middle. She's got Vashi. And the ball deflected there. Now Lana will send it with her shin over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Salem.
Bedford's controlled the ball pretty well. A lot of multiple touches, one after another. One thing that seems evident to me is that when the players on the right side, the near side of the field to us, have received the ball, they could have continued diagonally across the field. It looks like whoever's playing left, in quote, wing for us, so to speak, the left forward position has been pretty wide open.
Yep, absolutely, I agree. And it's just going to be a matter of finding that player, Kenzie Forrester, who has been certainly a weapon over on that left side for the Bulldogs. Now the ball back to Morris. Morris to the middle. Finds Vashi. Now couldn't quite connect with Vashi. Now to Kylie Morris. We haven't had a whole lot of Morris to Morris this season just because of the injuries, but we are due for one tonight for the Morris grandparents who undoubtedly will be watching and want to hear that. Coming back the other way for the Bulldogs. Now sent up the far side. Lana Morris with it. Lana taking her time. And Bedford on the run. Now over to the near side to Maggie Fox. Maggie with a touch. And she'll cannon from the left. And it's good!
Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
I had Maggie plus 10,000 to score on DraftKings. I'm a rich fan now.
What's Maggie? What's her last name?
I don't even know what just happened, man. Like, seriously, dude. How do you figure that?
It was, of course, it was a lot further away than the goal early in the season that one of the girls scored. But that was excellent. That was right at the left post,
dude.
Deflected just slightly by the keeper, but the speed of the ball was enough to disallow the keeper from making the save.
That thing had more horizontal movement than
That
thing had more horizontal movement than her slider did. All right, well then, there's your excitement. 8 minutes and 15 seconds into the game, give or take. Holy cow. Sorry.
That's exciting.
Wasn't not expecting that by any stretch.
When some parents and everybody else, players, listen to that little episode that we just had, it's going to be like, wow, boy, did he get excited over that. He's usually so much cooler, calm, and collected.
Yeah, it was like a solar eclipse.
Oh,
well, we just had one of those 2 days ago, I guess, but it was cloudy here. It didn't matter. So Bedford up 1-0 over Salem. Early lead for the Bulldogs. And now sent into the middle by Kylie. Now it's Lana with it. Morris over to the far side to Kenzie Forrester. Kenzie holds on to it. Now sends it toward the net and past the keeper Keys, and it'll be a goal kick for Salem. Seen it all.
It kind of seems to me, I'm not positive you've seen many more of their games this year than I have. Why you've seen more games than I have, there's more than one reason. But anyway.
Between JV and Varsity, I'm confident that I've watched more Bedford soccer the last 2 years than anybody who's not named Winning or Herrick.
Good point. And if you don't know who those two people are, there are leaders in command over on that far sideline, the coaching staff. But, Lauren, am I correct that most of the Bedford goals have been scored in the second half, not the first half?
They do not start early, but in that Pinkerton game, like we mentioned, the Bulldogs jumped out to that early lead. And what you really hope now, if you're the Bulldogs, is that you find a way to get another one now. Take a little bit of pressure off you. They did have a tough game Thursday night. It was 100 minutes of hard-fought soccer in cold weather. So you want to come back and try to find a way to give yourself a little bit of breathing room. This team just hasn't had that. It has been few and far between. Oh, we have live reads we have to do tonight too, so we can work some of those in. On top, 1-0 Bedford, 10:25 into the game.
The year was, I think, would have been definitely the 1900s. 1978.
That would be
I
the 1900s.
believe that the Merrimack boys team that I was coaching played Pinkerton Academy boys for the very first night game played by high school soccer in the state of New Hampshire.
1970, it took that long.
1978. It was freezing cold, and when we showed up at the field, got off the buses, our boys did not. They were freezing. Just I don't even know if the bus driver put the heat on, but we got there, and the Pinkerton boys. I'll never forget this. It was cold, damp.
Ball sent up the line. Kenzie Forrester trying to win a foot race there. It does go out of bounds. It'll be a Salem throw. Continue.
The Pinkerton boys made a statement. They all wore pantyhose. I had never seen, coming up from New Jersey where it's always warm and muggy,
Pantyhose.
had never seen
Not long
any
johns.
soccer players. No, not long johns. Actually, pantyhose. I
Why?
went over and talked to John Mitchell, who's well known in
I don't know
New
where
Hampshire
the story's
soccer.
going, Bill.
It's just like, so what's up with that? They liked it.
Okay.
They
I mean, that was in the day and age where you could walk into the grocery store and buy legs, I guess. So,
I think that's probably what they bought a case.
they may have. And then after the game, they went and robbed a bank. Bedford leads 1-0, 12 minutes in. And here we are talking about pantyhose.
Kevin Gibbs probably works off 150 to 300 calories every time that you're on the air, Lauren.
Yeah, probably.
Laughing at you. Oh,
I'm
my
glad.
God. You're the man of
Too
many
bad
words.
you can't listen to me there. Ball sent up. Lana Morris now to Kylie Morris. Morris to Morris on the connection. Kylie trying to send it in to the left, and it would have been a nice cross if somebody about 8 feet tall was there to head it in. But really not a bad ball from that angle for Kylie at all. And the Bulldogs weren't far from taking a 2-0 lead there.
I think she was, attempting a shot versus a cross.
I totally, completely agree. I was joking about the 8 feet tall player.
But that's the ball that, God, I wish when they were that close to the goal line, they'd bring it back a little bit. Look for somebody around the penalty mark area, the middle of the penalty area.
Kylie with a header. Very good at those. Now, ball sent up and out by the Salem defender. Held in by the Bulldogs. And now back the other way goes Bedford. And Kenzie Forrester there, Johnny on the spot, holding the ball in, it looked like. Ball bounds over the head, and now it's McKenna Snow. McKenna is a weapon from the back line in much the same way that Araceli was last year. Now Maggie, a dribbler up the right side. And Kylie can't come up with it. Now it's sent over to the far side yet again. Kylie like a trained seal, off the head, off the foot. And now Salem coming back the other way. Kenzie with it. She is fleet of foot, and she's a weapon from that back line. I should say McKenna, not Kenzie. And ball sent way up the far side. That one, we'll see if the Salem offensive player can keep it in. Indeed they do. And now great job by Kate Michael picking the ball out of there. Senior defensive player, and right back the other way comes Lana Morris. Lana looking for Kylie up front. Now McKenna Snow has it at about the 40-yard line with a head of steam. Now Maggie trying to get it to Kylie. Nothing doing. I said McKenna Snow. I was misspoken. It was Jenna Dindorf into the game for the Bulldogs. And now back the other way comes Bedford.
Pretty much based on those statistics that I shared early on about the defensive strength that the Bulldogs have, it's been pretty evident. That was one of the few times that Salem got close to getting the ball down around the goal area, but immediately taken away and brought back down to midfield by the Bulldogs.
And Anna Diaz now in the game for Bedford as well. Now Maggie Fox with it, pops it, trying to get one touch and hold the ball in, and again keeps it in. It's off the head of the Salem defender, and now Lana will chase down the Salem backline player, send it back over top, and now looked like Kate Michael was being held over there. Anna Diaz into the game too. Anna did not start the game for the Bulldogs. She was one of the walking wounded for Bedford, got taken down the other night right around the 18 by a Pinkerton player. And I don't have the video on my phone anymore, but it was certainly a takedown. In wrestling, you would have gotten 2 points for it. Kind of like an arm bar more than anything else, really. And Anna, as we have discussed on many occasions, not a terribly big player, so not really something that you want to see. And she came out of the game at that point, came back in later, and then wound up staying out. And Maggie Fox leaving the game now. We'll see if she comes back. 15 minutes of play on senior night. Pretty solid. Now Annie Zink in on the right side for the Bulldogs, who have a 1-0 lead.
And I like to see Miss Diaz back on the field.
Yes.
I didn't realize that she wasn't out there, other than the fact that I don't remember you calling her name out.
Yeah,
But,
it was a pretty nasty hit, let's just say.
no card?
No card, no nothing. I haven't seen a whole lot of cards. And now you have Annie Zink, who didn't start the game, who I'm going to kind of understate something. Annie's a little faster than Maggie is, let's just say. And now Annie in a foot race to the ball may have better matched. That the backline defender for Salem, Aliyah Hajar, fast, chasing down
That was a
Annie.
nice little sprint to the finish
That
there.
was well worth the price of admission right there.
The quick short passing by Bedford. Let's see if they can continue. There we go. Another touch. Nice.
Now the ball sent in by Kylie, and it'll go across the goal line. Be a goal kick for Salem. BCTV's live channels and on-demand content now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today. Now Salem on the goal kick. Bedford holding it in. Back near side. Jenna gives chase. Nothing doing. Annie Zink holds it in. The ref did see it. So it'll be a Salem throw over here on the near side taken by Maeve Spack. Throw from Spack. Now back. And given back by Carrero. Now back to the middle for Salem. And the ball sent up and over, and great job there by McKenna Snow playing safety. Now Salem with it. Spins. Carrero, right foot, chip shot.
Bedford has numbers in there defensively. Lauren, take a look at that. It was 3 on 7.
Yep, they are, with this 1-0 lead, really socking it back a little bit, as has been done so often to them. But the only thing that you really have to be leery of for Bedford, they've given up a couple long-distance goals. They gave up one against Merrimack right near the end of the first half. They gave up the one against Winnicott. So you want to make sure that even though you're in a formation that doesn't tend to give up big plays, you want to make sure, again, that home run ball isn't something you're susceptible to, because you get comfortable. Somebody else has it. I don't have to pressure the defender. Or pressure the offensive player, I should say.
I think one of the things with those numbers back, it's also highlighting the fitness level of the Bedford girls to get back there, because they're certainly pushing offensively as well. They're not stopping that.
By all means, and this is a Bedford team that has been banged up too, so they're playing with fitness, but they're also playing with a lot of guts. And it is a very fit Bulldog team. Now Kylie Morris looking, distributing. Nothing doing there. Loses the ball to Gates, and now coming back the other way is Salem. McKenna Snow thinks better of it and just clears the ball near side, and it'll be a Salem throw to be taken there by Spack.
So we get towards the end of the season here. Bedford's currently in technically like 4th place. I think they're tied for 3rd, actually.
Were they really?
Yes. Yep. Got it right here. And Salem is in 8th place. And Bedford's last game will be later this week, a big one. They'll be playing down
one against
at
BG.
Bishop Girton.
Yep,
yes.
And Martha Lord, who played in Bedford through 8th grade, but now plays for BG. Last I checked, she had 15 goals. So she's a very good one.
Salem
tough one to go
just
up
played
against.
them about 2 weeks ago and only lost 1-0. Bishop Girton did beat them by 1 goal. So this tonight might, at this point in the season, where the girls are physically, etc., more so than technically. We know the Bedford girls are very highly skilled, but the physical part of it, like you've been talking about, some injured players.
It most certainly is. Now, Dindorf to the near side. Zink to the middle. Deflected. Vashi fighting for it. And that'll go out of bounds, but unclear whether it's a goal kick. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick. If you're enjoying the game, you can check out more BHS sports action from Bedford Community TV on your Apple TV and Roku. You can also watch on Amazon Fire TV versus the Cablecast via the Cablecast Screenweave app. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen. And if you can explain to Bill Jennings what a Roku is, not Bill Klein, Bill Jennings, I'll buy you a free box of hot tamales. Or maybe some Werther's Originals. Your call.
Where can you buy hot tamales around here?
I don't know. The gas station by my house.
Okay, there we go.
Way down 101. Almost to Amherst. Whatever it takes. McKenna Snow now finds Vashi, trying to thread the needle to Vashi there. Couldn't quite get it. Good idea, McKenna. And now Salem controls. 18-15 remains here in half number 1. Bedford on top 1-0.
The two schools' football programs are doing very, very good. As a lot of people know, Bedford's number 1 ranked overall, 6-0. Salem is 5-0 in different conference.
Yes, and so it will be interesting to see what happens when the Bulldogs wind up facing some tougher opposition. They have certainly not been tested to this point, but they are a precision machine. If BMW made a football team, it would be Bedford. The ultimate driving machine, and the starters are usually out by halftime anyway. Now the ball sent in right through the middle. Callie Spittle will field it on several hops
But
and
if
get it right back out.
BMW were to field any team, I think it would be a different type of football team.
It would be
team.
that kind,
It would
yes.
be the soccer,
Yes.
the pitch and
Yes.
the nil score,
yeah.
not one and
Not out of
field.
bounds, but into
No,
touch. Yes,
yeah,
that game. Yeah.
I think BMW would put their money there.
Snow finds Zink. Zink to the middle. To Vashi to the middle. Goes off Vashi's foot. Little spin move. Back far side.
I like it.
She was on. Now with the left foot to the keeper. Keys. Deflected. And she manages to fall on the deflection. Love to see the fall of Lana Morris. Big time hustle on that one.
That was Lana?
Yep.
That was beautiful. Yeah, I'd love to see that in replay.
Now 100 times you might follow, and 99 times nothing is going to happen. But everybody remembers the one.
A little over a week from now, Andrew, you can confirm this for us. We will have replay when we go to playoff games.
We will.
We will. Awesome. Good.
My
memory was
that wasn't
correct.
Andrew confirming anything. That was just me asking a question. It depends whether Dale Bird is willing to do that for us. Honestly, I don't know.
I think it's part of his contract.
Zink,
Just
right
like
side.
your contract and my contract specifies some
Yeah.
pretty great bonuses.
Green
if we go
M&Ms.
into-
Oh, look at that little fancy footwork by the Bulldogs. Now sent back near side. Zink, little drag back. Now Snow
Oh, I
curls
like
it
it.
to the
Oh.
middle. Broken up by Salem. And tumbles to the ground. Undercut a bit was Snow by Carrero. And now Kenna will have an opportunity to bang one in with that powerful left foot of hers.
Having watched some replays of the season so far, I want this official to give us 10 yards.
Right now, we are at about 7. So
It's
Bill
been
Klein is still
horrendous.
waiting. This has been Bill Klein's bugaboo the whole season. Now, there we go. She's on the 15, and they're on the 5. So we'll see how the wall holds. I did get that text, Andrew. That one off the foot of Salem and out. It'll be a Bedford corner kick over from the far side. And in case you were hankering for the senior ceremony, that'll be replayed at halftime. It was not very long. Kevin Gibbs did an excellent job on public address. Got to give credit where credit is due. And now a corner kick coming from the Bulldogs into the middle, a shot. And that one will trickle harmlessly out of bounds into the side of the net. Next broadcast coming up. Several field hockey playoffs against Keene, Tuesday the 17th at 4 p.m. Boys soccer against BG, Thursday the 19th at 7. Football against Thornton Academy, Friday the 20th, 6:45 p.m. for a 7 o'clock kick. And girls soccer playoffs are TBD, Wednesday, October 25th. Turn into BCTV, Education Channel 8, HD 1072 on cable, or the BCTV app at 7 p.m. for all the action. I had somebody tell me the other day that their public address announcer, and this would be of interest to Kevin Gibbs, does not like to do anything that doesn't involve a script. And the fun stuff truly is the unscripted stuff. Is that correct? I agree 100%. I just
Got the nodding head.
he said he is like Ron Burgundy. Everything that you put in the script, he will read, which then opens up its own can of worms anyway. But you tinker with the script, and he can tell an entire metro area what to do with itself. But yes, Bulldogs leading 1-0, 13 and a half minutes remaining in half number one. The Bulldogs got their goal at about the 31:45 mark. Improbable goal, to say the least. Maggie Fox banging it in past the diving keeper Keys. Now it's Morris over to the far side. Fancy move on the left side. Now across the middle. And wow, picked away by Salem and sent right back over to our forward on the far side, who I can't make out who that is currently, but can guess.
In a quick estimate, we've got maybe 6 shots on goal for Bedford and 0 against Bedford from the Blue Devils.
Now McKenna Snow is up front. She's there on the front line. We haven't seen her up there a whole lot, but I got to tell you, enjoy the burst of energy that she brings up there. Absolutely. Now it's Snow to Morris. Now back to Morris. Has a little bit of time to reset to Zink near side. Annie sends it off the Salem defender. Bobbled. Vashi Bajpai had a shot at it but couldn't quite square the ball up. And now the ball will hang along that end line. Hustle over there by the Bulldogs. And it looks like it was kicked out of bounds off of the Bedford offensive player, and it will be a Salem goal kick. It's easy to listen to Bedford 1051 online. Go to wbnh.bedfordnh.org for the stream link. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Just tell Alexa to play Bedford 1051. I'm not used to doing all these. This is like, we haven't done these this soccer season at all.
But you're doing such a great job.
It was basketball. They're like burned into my brain. Now ball sent to the middle. Annie Zink holds it in. Now Jenna Dindorf doing enough just to force the bad pass by Salem. Now Snow at mid to Vashi. Vashi looking around, directing traffic, somehow gets through that. Now McKenna, again, somehow comes up with the ball, almost gets tackled by the Salem player. Now back near side. That one to Jenna. Lana Morris with it. Now to Annie Zink.
Oh.
And Annie has it go off her instep and across the end line. And Bill Klein, as a soccer coach, what would you want your player to do there that was different?
Put the ball in the net, the other net. Instead of the field hockey net, the soccer net.
The way that you reacted with the I was like, oh, Bill must see. Coach Klein must see a thing.
What was it that you saw, Lauren? I wasn't sure, or were you just saying you thought that I did?
I thought, well, I would have loved to see her. She had a little bit more time to settle the ball.
Yes.
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 So that was trying to see how much telepathy we have going.
We're not clicking. Not the way
yet.
we usually do.
The pantyhose story from earlier threw me off. Now the ball into the front end.
No surprise.
Salem chasing it down. Bedford will get it over the sideline. Salem throw far side.
They haven't had that much pressure back there, and but when they have, balls come right back out both times, and here it is somewhat again. Looks like another throw in, though.
Bedford is doing the soccer equivalent of playing 8 in the box, really, if you're to use a football analogy for those who might be familiar with American football. When you're really daring somebody to run the ball and just bring it right at you down the middle, well, the Bulldogs are kind of doing the same. It is what you might call a prevent defense to some extent.
You got it.
They're just trying to keep the big play out of it. But for the Bulldogs, it has been working to this point, leading 1-0. 9:40 left here in half number one.
Yeah, the first half has not gone all that quickly.
You have somewhere to be?
One single goal and not much more than that as far as excitement goes.
I don't know if you've been following these games, but there's not a whole lot of offense generally among this Bedford team. Now the ball held in there by Salem. Carrero sends it in. It winds up going. I didn't catch whether it went off the Bedford player, off the Salem player, but
Bedford.
Apparently the answer is it went off of
Bedford.
Bedford.
A corner coming.
Fortunately for Callie Spittle, it didn't vault over her head. It looked like it was going to be dangerous for a second, but it will be a corner for the Blue Devils.
I think if I'm correct, I did make a little sound again on that one because I was concerned the ball could have deflected into the net.
That was exactly what I was concerned about. Now the
horrible way to be scored against.
Corner coming from Salem in. Ball cleared by the Bulldogs. Almost. Now it's McKenna Snow with a full head of steam getting out, and Bulldogs right back the other way as the ball sent all the way up. The keeper Keys didn't even take her time. She just said, get this ball out of here. Now it's Vashi with it, controlling it, and Bedford there with a full head of steam. Far side, Sloan Correa sends it to the middle to Lana. Nothing doing, past Vashi. And now the Bulldogs trying to create a little bit of space, and now Salem will come right back the other way. Carrera looking for her forward on the far side, nothing doing. Now Vashi will control, and the Bulldogs right back the other way. Great hustle by Vashi Bajpai. I heard a fan say the same thing that I was thinking.
Yeah, she hasn't really played much of a factor early in the game. The ball's gone around her and a couple, just deflections and whatnot, but that was beautiful. Very nice. And the opposite at each end, the attack by Bedford was 4-on-4. At the other end, it was, once again, 3-on-5. Numbers. It's a little strain, I think, over on that left forward. She hit the ball. She went down. A little slow getting up.
Salem keeper sends it in. Bulldogs will send it out. And it will be a throw for Salem over on the near side. I misspoke earlier when I was talking about a player taking a shot from the end line. It was Anna Diaz, not Sloan Correa. Her number was obscured by her hair, and I was looking at the knee brace. So what do you know? Now it'll be the Bulldogs back on offense yet again. Ball sent to the middle, stolen by Salem. They've had some good energy, Salem has. They've had a couple of good chances. They just haven't capitalized. Volleyball just swept Memorial 3-0 to move to 16-0 on the season. Bedford hosts senior night Wednesday against Portsmouth at 6:30 p.m. 16-0.
They are amazing, unbelievable.
As somebody said to me the other day, as Carrera comes in and now has her pocket picked and is taken down, looked like by Correa, and is now down. I think that was Sloan over on the far side. But somebody said to me,
I don't believe that was a foul. I think it was. I'm not positive. The whistle was a little late. It looked like it went out of bounds, and the referee blew the whistle because the player was down. I'm not sure.
Somebody said to me the other day about Lana McCarthy, they had never seen her play basketball. They had only seen her play volleyball. And they were surprised to hear that she was going to play Division I in another sport.
Yes. The Big Ten, Purdue was her choice.
Be a Boilermaker.
Her father was a little disappointed, wanted her to be a little closer to home so they could catch more games. But he said, you can watch it on TV. She's going to be a star.
Most certainly can. Yep. And, yes, you can watch a lot of Big Ten games on TV.
Hey, speaking of stars out of Bedford right now, we've got one that's amazing. Young freshman now at Sacred Heart University on their varsity crew team as a freshman. She's one of the few crew members that are in both a 4 boat with 4 and the 8 with a coxswain, and doing quite well. There's another one, and I'm trying to think of her name. I'm sorry, Susie Munley.
Oh,
Susie
yeah.
Munley. Thank you.
Great
I was
kid.
testing to see if you're listening to help me here, Coach.
I wouldn't have known the name, but I know who she is. Very nice kid, and I'm glad to hear that she's doing so. Now the ball back over near side. Anna Diaz controls, sends it back to the middle, and Vashi winds up taking a shot off the Salem defender. Bedford battling for the ball, nothing doing. 4.5 minutes remain here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 1-0 in case you're just listening to YouTube, I suppose. Whatever works for you. Now a through ball sent, and Callie Spittle will come up to the 18, pick that one up on the hop, and we'll go right back the other way.
And I'll give you the name first this time, Jordan Italia. Does anybody know Jordan Italia?
Did she
Kevin?
leave her lights on in the parking lot?
Jordan, I tell you, she's a senior. No.
McKenna Snow with a full head of steam around the Salem defender. She's going to make it happen herself. Kenna with the right foot into the box and a goal for Bedford.
Beautiful.
That's how you finished it, but man, oh man, you knew McKenna was on a mission there, and sure enough, sent it to the box, and perfection. The Bulldogs lead at 2-0.
Absolutely perfect. And that's the kind of play that I want to see more of. Don't take a bad shot. Make it a pass into that area out in front of the goal that makes it very difficult for the keeper if we've got a player anywhere around there, and we have. And that's a proof right there. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. 2-0 on a beautiful cross and bang in the back of the net on the ground.
McKenna knew there was blood in the water. Let's just say that. And once she realized she had a chance to beat her defender, which she did, because, man, she can beat just about anybody she wants to beat, all of a sudden she was on a mission, and Lana Morris knew what was going on, too. Lana streaking to the goal. Great job to stay onside. Absolutely. And Lana was the one who finished that one. Now Anna Diaz can do a little bit of magic from the near side. Tried to find Kenzie Forrester, and nothing doing there. Off the top of Kenzie's head and out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw on the far side.
From my position up here, I would have liked to have seen Kenzie a little further out towards the touchline so that ball wouldn't sail over. She'd be out there to gather something that did pop that direction.
Now the ball in.
Oh, here's a
McKenna
nice one.
Snow, a high ball right over the net, and nothing doing there. But
Wow.
that was nearly an unsavable ball.
That was a good shot. That was
Now-
a quality shot.
Now, I'm not going to say that McKenna on the back line has not been an unreliable safety. She has been more than reliable back there, but she's making some stuff happen on offense here tonight. That is for sure. Bulldogs lead 2-0. First goal, 31-45. The second one, about a minute and a half ago. The cross coming in from McKenna and sent in by Lana Morris.
I'd like
Bulldogs
to see how many times the Bulldogs have scored 2 goals in the first half this season.
I do not. I don't know that it's happened. Manchester Memorial. That would be about the only time that I can think that it's happened this year.
And yet their skill level is such that I wouldn't be surprised if they could score 3 or 4.
Tonight they look like they're in sync. Now Vashi, great play to stay with that ball. Lana trying to find Anna and just out of the reach of Anna Diaz. And it will be a goal kick
With less than
2
minutes.
I did not.
Time
Did you
on the
start your
field.
watch?
I did.
Oh, look at
I
you.
did.
The man's
I
an
did.
official.
Jeepers.
Yep. Not my first rodeo, says Bill Klein. Great job, Anna. Way to use your head. Sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw for Salem about 15 yards ahead of where the ball went out of bounds. That was ambitious. If you do that when you're golfing, your playing partner might just slit your throat.
If
I mean,
I was assessing,
cheating on the golf course? Come on, man.
oh my gosh. The strange thing was the ball went out of bounds to the other side of the official, and the player came running up past the official to bring it back in.
You see that, and I'm not dismissing that it's always done. That was like another level right there. Regardless, the benefit was not significant on that one. Now the ball in the middle and poked away by Salem. Now popped in, and Salem knocks the ball away, and it'll be Carrero back the other way.
Lauren, I think it was
Salem.
in the last boys match that I was covering. I mentioned the fact that a lot of people thought that I would go to being an assessor of soccer officials after I gave up the whistle
Great ball,
myself.
Kylie Morris, and Keys, the keeper, sends it back to midfield. And now back the other way comes Salem. Player was onside. We'll see who can win the foot race to the ball. And shoved down as the Bedford defensive player. And sure enough, called for that one is Salem. The universal sign for I didn't do it. The palms went up.
Play on.
Would you have said play on there?
No, that was
okay.
That signal would have been a play on.
Oh, okay. If Bedford had come up with the ball.
And
yeah,
that's
they had
the
advantage.
end of the half there, I believe.
We will see.
I didn't hear it.
And
Should have been.
Bedford with it along the far side. The Bulldogs have that 2-0 lead.
Uh-oh.
And there you go. They let the Bedford possession end, and there you go.
You don't do that. You
first
don't do that in
40 minutes
high school soccer
of
or
soccer
college.
is done.
When the clock is over, it's done.
There you
done,
go.
Done,
So,
done.
through 40 minutes, we have Bedford 2. First goal, 31-45 from Maggie Fox. The second one, who had the assist on that one? Holy cow, unassisted. Yeah, if you had that in your DraftKings, that's plus 50,000. And then at 3:58, it's Lana Morris with one from McKenna Snow. So it's Bedford 2, Salem nothing.
And there was an assist.
We'll
on
be
the
back
second
for
one.
second half soccer, but not before you
Beautiful.
get to watch senior night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Night at Bedford High School for tonight's girls soccer senior night game between the Blue Devils of Salem and the Bedford High School Bulldogs. Prior to the warm-ups tonight, we would like to take a moment to recognize all seniors taking part in tonight's game. First, from the girls from Salem. Number 1, Ronnie Keys. Number 6, Abigail Gates. Number 14, Meg O'Callahan. And number 21, Lily Carrero. Congratulations, ladies, and best of luck in your remaining games and next year. Now, let's welcome our 4 outgoing Bulldogs. First, number 5, midfielder Lana Morris. Okay, Morris family, don't move. Number 12, forward Kylie Morris. Number 11, defender Kate Michael. And number 21, forward Maggie Fox. Ladies, on behalf of your teammates, coaches, and the entire Bulldog community, thank you for your dedication and drive in making our program better each and every day. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us again in recognizing our 4 outgoing seniors.
Here we go, beginning the second half of tonight's match. Salem Blue Devils and the home team, the Bedford Bulldogs. And now I am joined by the lead singer in this little duet here.
Definitely not. What I'm wondering is why are we starting the second half with 38 seconds left? But there you go. Bulldogs controlling it 2-0. Bill Klein, thanks for picking up my slack. I was thinking I still had like a minute, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, there are players at midfield.
You just owe me another beer tonight.
I will.
You know, or something like that.
If you let me buy you one, I will.
That'd be nice.
It'll be a corner coming in for the Bulldogs. See if they can find the back of the net again. Now sent in. High ball.
Oh.
And great corner kick for sure.
Yeah, that whoever was on that far side for us made a nice run at the ball, but just...
It was Anna. Anna was on the corner, and it was a pristine corner, and then you had Maggie on the far side trying to send it in with a bit of a height advantage, but Lightning not striking twice, let's just say that.
Yep.
Ball sent toward midfield. Kind of some strange English on it. Now Vashi using the Salem defenders like they're traffic cones. Lana, Vashi to the middle. Great ball.
Ooh,
Keys, the keeper, fields it on the hop. And she will send it back the other way.
Nice save. Nice save. She was really concentrating and knew where everybody was.
That's a tough thing to do as a keeper, too. Absolutely.
Boy.
Bedford trying to increase this 2-0 lead now. Ball up the far side, out of bounds. It'll be a Salem throw. If you're looking for where you can find upcoming Bedford Bulldogs games, BCTV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, which offers a New Hampshire high school sports broadcast schedule listing games from all across the state. Our peers in other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live streams. Find Bedford Bulldogs game coverage and more at nhccm.tv/calendar/sports. Never going to remember that. Now, Salem sends one of the Bedford defensive players down, missing a shoe now, so Bedford effectively playing a man down for the moment. Looked like that was McKenna Snow, who will now sit down to put her shoes on. And I will ask you this, Bill Klein, as an official, do you stop play in a situation like this, or?
No, you don't, unless the ball's out of bounds. If the ball's out of bounds, there's no reason why to start it up with a player who is, missing some equipment.
Lana Morris to Anna Diaz, back to Lana, trying to control, rattles around, and now it is past the keeper, Keys, over the end line. It'll be a goal kick.
And honestly, Lauren, that's something that a few years ago I did see an official hold up the game so a player could retie a shoe or something, and I'm looking at it going, what the heck are you doing? That's not the mechanic.
It was an odd thing. She kind of got thrown around a bit, and her footwear became dislodged. Ball sent from Kylie Morris trying to find her twin Lana, and nothing doing there. We got limited Morris to Morris time, really. Kylie and Lana playing together. Good to see that, though. Kylie was out for a significant portion of the season. Now it's Anna Diaz, left foot to the middle.
Nice. Oh.
And ball to Lana, and Lana trying to get around it, squared up. Couldn't. And it wound up going off her shin over the end line.
Mr. Lally.
Longtime Central coach Peter Lally in the box here with us as well.
Thank you for joining us up here.
Pleasure to have him.
Hey, yes, you will. Peter's on the soccer committee and will be showing up most likely when Bedford hosts a game here.
Is it an official soccer committee, or is it just a loose collection of people who enjoy each other's company and soccer?
It is the NHIAA, the real committee.
Yep, exactly. Very tough initiation process. Diaz to Morris, near side. Now back to Diaz, sends it to the middle, and on one hop, and I think they popped somebody for offside.
And Peter certainly earned that position on that committee through all the years. That one of the finest girls soccer coaches in the history of
Isn't he the
soccer,
all-time
let me
Division
tell you.
I win leader? Is that correct? All-time D1 wins leader? All right, indeed.
There you have it.
He had a smile on his face and proudly did admit that with the nod.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
indeed.
Yeah, and class act. Players liked him. Parents liked him.
Oh, man, he was
And
out there doing public address for
officials.
one of our Legion baseball games at Gill Stadium this summer, just for the love of the game.
Yeah, yeah. He loves being around. That's why he's here tonight, for a combination of reasons. One of the players on the Salem team, parents played for him years ago, and he also happens to know the Salem coach that I imagine the Salem coach probably is someone who also has a connection to Manchester.
Throw up the far side, now held in by Bedford. They're sending it up the side, trying to. Now it's Morris to Maggie, now sent out of bounds by Mags off the pass from Kylie. And now back the other way comes Salem. Kylie with it, nearing midfield, finds Lana, Morris to Morris. Now with the right foot, and back to Kylie. Kylie finds Maggie, far side. Maggie, chance to dribble in a little bit of space, and then absolutely destroys the defensive player who wanted a foul called, was a foul called, but Bill Klein, was there a foul on that play? Or is it just the player?
I'm going to use the my defense of the double windows here that are somewhat fogged up. I could not see the positioning of the two players. The official was right there. So whatever he did, like I've said before, when an official is that close to a play, he's probably right.
I don't know that anything was called or the foul went because the player went down on the play. You would know better than I would. I would venture to say that there may have been a foul there. However, you had an offensive player moving along the line of a ball. Defensive player moved into the offensive player. And you never like to see anybody get hurt, obviously.
No. And some really tough contact fouls can be when a player is shielding the ball. And the question is that obstruction, which we've seen very little calls on that this season. I don't know if you have as well, but
yeah, I haven't seen much at all.
Yeah. I've seen there's a couple times once early tonight that if we had replay, I could have brought it back up and showed you an example where I think the player did obstruct. As the ball was going down the field, the Bedford player deliberately stepped in line to block the Salem player from having an opportunity to get to the ball. But so. It was like, not a big deal. That one over there without a different viewpoint.
Yeah, with two panes of tinted glass, it's going to be tough. And I guess speaking of being an official, becoming a high school sports official is an easy call. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, please visit NHIAA.org. And I guess, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yes, we do. All the sports, whether you play them or not, if you know a little bit about it and have a sense of wanting to give back, it's like volunteering for some of the positions in a town like Bedford that need people to help with elections and all kinds of other things.
About.
Committees.
I'm glad to. Yeah, no, I can't help with elections in the next election. But
well, we know that. You're part of the whole process now, my friend.
I know how the sausage is made.
Cheapers.
So
yep,
Salem's player
better you than me.
Gets up, collects herself.
It's always good to see. Hate to see that.
Absolutely.
I know there was a Buffalo Bill player.
That
was
one of their running backs, Damian Harris, used to play for the Patriots, who went out, and as they were talking about it last night, he left the field, gave thumbs up, and was moving his extremities. I haven't read anything about where he stands now or what his prognosis is, but you obviously have flashbacks to last January watching DeMar Hamlin have his cardiac incident for the Bills, and it's regardless of who you're rooting for, you never want to see anybody go down and not get up. But you realize that with football, we were watching it last night, and you wonder how every play a guy's not getting a serious concussion.
Unbelievable. I had a back injury years ago, and a friend of mine got me down to see an orthopedic surgeon down in Boston that happened to be the Patriots neck shoulder guy way back then. And he asked me some questions and said, well, what do you want to do when you're in your 60s and 70s and retired? I said, I want to be able to play tennis and golf and whatnot. He said, well, then I'm not going to operate on you. He said, there's too great a chance of the scarring from that. He said, just be careful, and a lot of therapy, a lot of physical therapy instead. And the decision, I think he gave me good advice because I'm pretty good, and I did recover from it. Took quite a while. It was a year and a half or so of pain, but
it's hard. You have to be patient to recover from something like that.
He said that the majority of the players in the NFL will not be able to play golf and tennis when they're 60-something.
It's interesting to look, though, as the ball goes over the end line. It'll be a Bedford goal kick. It is interesting to look and see. There are some players who can sustain a ton of hits on a weekly basis and are just fine. And then there are some players who it takes one and it takes them a long time to recover. Jenna with it, up the near side. Great ball to Lana Morris. Lana taking her time, looking in the middle of the field, now finds Anna Diaz right behind her. Anna sends it to the middle.
Sweet.
She tried to thread the needle to Kylie, nothing doing. And the ball sent out of bounds near side. It will be a Bedford throw. Anna evaluating her options here, about 31:50 remaining in the game. Vashi Bajpai with it, taking her time. Vashi sends it up to Anna, up the left sideline. Anna, left foot to the middle to Lana.
Oh.
And a great directed header by Lana that went off the football crossbar. But
that had to be one of the most difficult, headers or the serve, the cross to redirect towards the goal, and she did a very, very good job of it. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And
it almost worked.
It almost worked.
Wow.
If only those meddling kids.
Jeepers.
Thinking Kevin Gibbs was going to catch the Scooby-Doo reference. Ball back near side. Jenna Dindorf with it. Jenna finds Anna. Anna, little ball fake. Now to Lana. Lana back to Anna. Anna off the Salem defender. It'll be Bedford throw near side.
Interesting. We've not had an offside call, I don't think, at either end of the field.
How to jinx it?
Well, let's hope not. But
well, I mean,
I'll tell you, the Bedford
inevitable.
players are doing a really, really good job of staying on side, but being right there. And the official on the far side right now, he's been in position the whole night. He's doing a great job. He's in the field right now. If you can, I don't know if he's in the television picture, but he's actually inside the penalty area.
Another throw by Salem, and it'll be another throw by Salem. We have no shortage of Salem throws. Vashi with it. Now back to Anna. Anna to Lana. Now to Vashi, and ball controlled there by Salem. And Bedford focusing on offense now. Ball to the middle, nothing doing. Now Vashi will badger the Salem defensive player and winds up with the ball and then gets tripped. And it'll be a Bedford kick from the football 29, 39 yards out. McKenna Snow, my leading candidate to take the kick, and sure enough, it is her. Bedford leads 2-0, a little bit less than half an hour remaining in the game. Bill Klein has a hot date. The time is moving slowly. Now Snow with it, a little chip up and over,
Ooh.
And the keeper Keys had a hard time with it, couldn't find it. Ball rattling around and goes over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Salem, but man, that thing was in the box for an awfully long time for Salem.
I'm amazed that a Bedford player didn't get to it. I don't.
You're telling me.
Maybe it was like volleyball. Who wants to play the ball? Everybody just standing around watching. That was
rattled
strange.
around for
Hard
what
to
seemed
tell.
like an eternity, but nothing doing. And now, ball out of bounds. Salem throw far side.
After that sweet little heel pass, that heel move that I'm not sure who the player was back about 3-4 minutes ago. Would have loved to have seen that continue. One more touch to get a shot off.
Snow with it. She gets into high gear quick. Now the ball sent into the box.
Oh.
Morris had a chance at it. Couldn't make anything happen. Thought she might have been off, but the official, as you mentioned before, in position for it.
It was close, and I wish she had used her body instead of trying to trap it with the foot outstanding like she did.
Anna near side finds Kylie. Kylie left foot. Now looking to the end line. She'll send it back to Anna. Anna looking in the middle to Vashi. Now through the box.
Oh, gosh.
And right past the right wing for the Bulldogs, and it will be a goal kick.
Many of these
for
girls
Salem.
look so much the same. And the long hair that's blocking the numbers like you had pointed out earlier, Lauren.
I'm using other
And
cues
that
like
one,
does somebody
gosh.
have a knee brace? Is
Yeah.
the thigh wrapped? What color are the shoes? Now the ball into the box. Lana with a little chip up and over
Oh.
again. Plenty of opportunities. And this one could be 4-0, 5-0 instead, where it stands is 2-0.
2 games ago that we broadcast for the boys soccer team, I had mentioned how many shots had gone way up over high around the goal. And then the next game, they clearly had been coached to keep the ball down low, and they played much better. A lot of good shots.
Great steal there, Vashi. Now to the middle to Lana. Lana hanging on to the ball, back to Vashi. Vashi somehow keeping the ball alive. Sends it back far side, which is code for I don't know who that was. Now it'll be Kylie Morris to Anna Diaz. Anna takes it back to Jenna. Back middle, Kylie. Kylie taking her time, realizing she has an inordinate amount of time. Now back Morris to Morris. Now it's Lana looking back to the middle to Annie Zink. And now McKenna Snow with like a Porsche coming out of nowhere up and over. And if the goal was about 2 feet higher, I mean.
And 2 feet to the right.
Right. I mean.
That was
McKenna
one of the
keeps-
good
she-
hard shots.
If she corners, man,
Wow.
with a full head of steam. Ducati, says Gibbs. I speak not from experience of ever driving any of those cars. To me, the Subaru is the epitome of luxury, but there we go. I know that. You're expecting too much, Kevin. Vashi with it. Now sends it to Lana. Lana
Onside,
back to Anna along
onside.
the end line. Great move with the ball. Anna's right foot across. Nothing doing there. A little bit too high to get it through.
That's like maybe 4 or 5 shots high. Again, keep the
That was
ball
just-
down,
that was-
ladies.
that was
Come
a-
on.
That was a cross.
Oof. Either way.
Yes,
At
agreed.
that speed, the chance of of another attacker being able to get to it and do something good with it is very slim.
Anna controls again. Oh, beautiful touch pass to Lana. Lana dragged back. Now look into the middle, trying to find Annie Zink. Nothing available there. And the ball poked away from the Bulldogs, and we'll see if they can hold it in. They can't. It'll be a Salem throw far side. Bedford on top 2-0, in case you're not looking at the graphics that are on your screen.
Roughly 25 minutes to go here, and next match, the last match for the Bedford Bulldogs will be Thursday. They'll be playing at Bishop Girton while the boys are here at home in their final game of the regular season.
Last home game for the Bulldogs girls team is tonight, unfortunately. BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the BCTV app from your app store today. I will say I love having it on my Roku. That is no lie. I left the game early the other night and went home and sat there and under a blanket and watched the game. Vashi to the middle. Beautiful ball. And sent out of bounds by Kylie Morris. Good look at the ball, but Bedford certainly controlling it in Salem's offensive end in the second half of this game. Makes it easier on Bill Klein not having to look through 2 panes of glass.
Yeah, we've got the window open here.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much better. But unfortunately, I'm wondering if this is just fogged up or if the pane is broken again, the seal. We went through that right after they were installed. They lost the seal. It was awful up here for a couple years.
Interesting. Would not know anything about that. Diaz on the throw, knocks the ball away. Now Vashi winds up with it. Salem sends it back the other way. And the Bulldogs now being challenged by Salem, but we haven't seen much of this to this point in the game.
Check out those numbers right now. 3 on 7. 7 defenders, 3 attackers.
Bulldogs again dropping everybody back. A little bit of a prevent defense, just trying to prevent that big play with that 2-0 lead. And now ball cleared. Lana, first touch, tried to trap, couldn't. And now Salem back to the right side of the field and sends it out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw. Dindorf.
Substitute coming in.
There you go.
Besides the fact that, I don't know if you noticed that, but it looked to me like it might have been bad throw.
I would have said it would not have surprised me in the least if that was an illegal throw being called, but
this year, for some reason, it's definitely not in the officials' points of emphasis in the rule book to call bad throws.
I've seen it called a lot, but it's because the throws are legitimately bad, Bill.
I've seen more no calls on bad throws.
We saw it happen in Nashua South the other night. Through ball to Annie Zink. Zink with 1 touch, now to the middle.
On the ground.
And
there
off
it
of
is.
Keys, saved by Salem's defender. I don't know how she was able to clear it out of that. It'll be a Bedford throw from the near side, but Annie, great cross. Kylie had a shot at it. Now back to Vashi. Vashi from about the football 15 to the keeper, Keys, who catches it in her belly.
Because of the fact that you've got unlimited substitutions in high school soccer, if I were coaching, I would have pulled one of the girls out from the middle of attacking side, had her come over and say, I want you to go out there and you tell your teammates, keep the ball on the surface. Keep it down on the rug. Stop kicking the ball up high. Keep it down low. And that's looked like maybe it's been the last couple times now. The ball has been played low.
Bedford's been knocking on the door. They lead 2-0. It could be more. Now Vashi with the ball. Has it taken away. Now trying to control it. Steal it back from Salem, but nothing doing. And back to the middle. It'll be Kylie Morris with it. And now Bedford with a little bit of time to collect themselves. Salem looking like they've kind of worn down a bit at this point in the game, not playing quite as aggressively as they were earlier. McKenna over to Annie Zink. Great touch ball to Kylie. Kylie has it go off her foot. Salem will clear. And now Kate Michael with it. Ball off of Kate and now off of Salem. And it will be a Bedford throw going back to your left.
Back when we had one of those extremely hot days the beginning of the season. I don't know if Bedford played or not on one of those days, but the officials, everybody got together and decided to do quarters.
They did play. They played at Wyndham that day. And they did exactly that. Both JV and Varsity did that. That was one of those games. Bedford scored late in the first half, and Wyndham had really been trying. They had, including the keeper, 10 back. They had 1 up front, and all they were trying to do was really exhaust Bedford on offense throughout that game. And the Bulldogs somehow found a way to punch one in and still maintain that level of energy and win 1-0. But Wyndham was really trying to play that game and hope for that one big play. But it was warm. By the time they got to the game, though, down in Wyndham, the weather wasn't that much of a factor. It wasn't as hot as we thought it was going to be. Then again, I wasn't running around out there either.
There are very specific guidelines as far as dealing with heat within the soccer guidelines, the rule book. And it may have been a decision that was made at the state level. I don't know. Or whether it was the athletic directors and coaches.
Anna Diaz tangled
Another
up there
bad
with
throw.
Amelia Murray. Hey,
It's the same girl, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Here she goes again. Let's see if she brings it back over her head or tosses it from in front.
now having my players send video of our broadcast, Bill, criticizing my commentary.
No.
Not criticizing, just commenting on my commentary. I mean, they can do a podcast where they talk about it. It'll be like the Manning cast.
The Manning cast?
Yeah, you don't watch.
Eli?
If you watch Monday Night Football, Eli and Peyton have their own alternative universe. It's far more interesting than the real play-by-play. That would be amazing. They should do that as their senior project. Bedford leading 2-0. Just under 18 minutes left here in the game. Joined by official extraordinaire Bill Klein as well as Andrew Fenn, the man on the camera.
Mr. Camera.
He's more than that to me.
Eye in the sky.
The Alan Parsons Project wrote a song about him back in the early 80s. Vashi with the ball, now toward midfield. Somehow manages to control it. Ball near side. Anna Diaz with it. Slows up to catch it in stride. Anna somehow manages to see everything while she's dribbling. Well, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Bedford ball. Anna throw near side. Looking for Lana. Lana look into the middle, finds Vashi. Vashi, great ball movement. Tried to find Lana Morris, couldn't there. And now Salem will send it out of bounds. No, I lied. It's up the near side. Nora Ripple with a shot at it. Instead, freshman Addie Kiley will come up with it. Nora directing traffic through the middle. Great ball, Nora. Now the ball up the left side to Anna Diaz, and Bill Klein was talking about the no-hitter, and all of a sudden somebody broke up the no-hitter. Thank you, Bill.
I'm sorry. One mistake,
that guy.
and my whole career is going to go right down the drain. Everybody's going to remember me because of that call.
ESPN was going to call you, and,
Jeez.
well, phone just
Are there any
dead.
Harringtons up here that can help support me?
Why do you need Ken Harrington to support you?
Oh, he's my middle name's Harrington. His last name's
really?
Harrington.
Weird.
We're both from Ireland.
I'm
hoping a countryman can.
That's why
Back
Ken
me up.
Harrington's job is to keep the fields green then. Okay, I get it now.
He does a good job with this one.
If you say so. It's a turf field. He's got a bit of an advantage.
Oh, I thought, is it really?
Yeah, ball near side. Anna Diaz. Anna with it. Sends it to the middle, into the box.
On
rattling
the
around
ground.
there.
Oh.
It's still hanging in there. Now Kylie Morris with it. Looking, finds... Looked like Emma Peterson over there. Now back to Kylie into the box.
Ooh.
Caught there by the keeper, Ronnie Keys.
Ronnie did a good job.
Senior
on
keeper has been kept
tracking that ball.
very busy tonight and is doing an excellent job tracking the ball. And sure enough, now Vashi tumbles over at about the 37, football 37. And now back the other way. Nora Ripple doggedly tracking Amelia Murray for Salem. And the ball sent, I believe, off Nora's foot. Addie Kiley will corral it right around the end line. Now she finds the omnipresent Anna Diaz. I have no vocabulary left. I need to consult with Doug Correa on this. I need more words. Ball back far side.
You have more words than
Words.
than a dictionary.
Nope.
Even a
no, even the ones I made up. There's Emma Peterson with it now into the front to Kylie Morris.
What was that?
And Kylie trying to cross but couldn't quite get around it enough to use her twin sister Lana on it. And a sub coming in for the Bulldogs. Looks like Kenzie Forrester in, Annie Diaz out for Bedford. Anna doing a great job after being thrown around like a rag doll in the Pinkerton game.
Yes.
Showing a lot of heart.
And her ability to get up and down the field tonight has been amazing. That
Kenzie,
was a perfect
great header
example.
right there. Absolutely perfect. Sent far side. And nothing doing. The ball will
Within-
go
within
harmlessly out of bounds.
Lauren, within less than 20 seconds, she was running from the 10 to the 10.
Yeah,
You know,
don't tell me I
back
didn't
and
see
forth.
it. That's
Amazing.
the Diaz way.
Oh, my goodness.
The rest of us wake up in the morning and say, I'm happy if I can walk downstairs and turn off the coffee pot. Meanwhile, Sean Diaz has already ridden 50 miles on his bike and run 10. So it's what it is.
It's a family thing.
It's a gift,
in the
really.
blood.
Yeah, it is in the blood. Corner kick for the Bulldogs, leading 2-0. About 13 and a half minutes remain. Now ball sent into the middle, and it will trickle through the box. Sent out of bounds, near side by Salem. Great try by Lily Carrero trying to corral it. But she couldn't get out of the way of Sloan Peterson. That is Ferris Bueller's girlfriend, not Sloan Correa.
Sloan Kettering?
No, Sloan. That's a Step Brothers reference, but you're probably missing it anyway. I
am.
You probably have not seen that movie. Now, I know your reference, but I'm taking it one step further. Lana Morris back to
You're
the
gifted.
middle. If you want to call it that, you do that. Now Nora Ripple wins that 50-50 ball. Kenzie Forrester comes in, tries to head it, but grazes the top of her dome and out of bounds. Andrew Fenn, do you get my Step Brothers reference? Okay.
No.
All right. That's
Good.
fine.
Good. Thanks,
Go
Andrew.
go home and watch that. That's your demo. Bedford leading 2-0. 12 and a half minutes remain here. Ronnie Keys, the keeper for Salem, now sends it out. Ball sent across midfield. Nora Ripple taking her time. Corrals it. Now looks back to Callie Spittle. Callie controls to Sloan Correa. Now to the middle and back the other way come the Bulldogs with their 2-0 lead.
The way that they've been doing this all night.
Annie Zink up the far side, full head of steam, and sent out of bounds by Salem Bedford throw.
I would say, like, you know, in the clock in a football game where you see time of possession, tonight it would be, I'll say it in percentages, about, 80, 85% Bedford.
Bedford's done an excellent job controlling it up there.
Incredibly.
Bedford's throw, far side, taken and held in by the Bulldogs. Now to Vashi. Vashi looks middle. McKenna Snow. Kenzie Forrester, touch pass into the box. And nothing doing. Ronnie Keys again with another and gets rid of it. McKenna Snow with it and back the other direction. Go the Bulldogs. Header taken. Snow. Lana Morris. Lana taking her time. Deciding what she's going to do. Goes far side. Zink. Now one touch for Annie. Gets it back into the middle. Perfect ball. Header up over the net. Love to see it, though. Great opportunity for the Bulldogs. If you're enjoying the game, you can check out more BHS sports action from Bedford Community TV on your Apple TV and Roku. You can also watch on Amazon Fire TV via the Cablecast ScreenWeave app. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen. Bill Jennings might even ask you to set up his Roku for him. If you tell him you can do it, he might ask you to help too. If you give a pig a pancake. 2-0. About 10 minutes remain here in the game. McKenna Snow with it at the 30. Not really being challenged, which I would do that at your own peril, I've got to say. Hopefully John Snow's watching. Rest in peace. I wanted to shout out a distant relative of John Snow, Chrissy Snow from Three's Company. Suzanne Summers passed away at the age of 76. So,
yeah, long battle, cancer battle. Finally lost. That's a shame.
Indeed. And John Snow is not related to Chrissy Snow, but certainly an interesting segue.
Okay.
If I do say so.
I'll just take your word for it.
Yes, take my word for it. Bedford 2, Salem nothing. Ball sent into the box. Spittle making a tough decision, holds her line. Salem holds the ball in. Callie's like the Maytag repairman, hasn't had to do a ton of work today. And now Nora Ripple will send the ball out. Great job to clear by Nora.
Oh.
Lana Morris has it go off of her. Now coming back the other way are the Bulldogs. McKenna Snow, the Ducati motorcycle, not car. And ball sent back the other way by Salem, and Callie will field it on a roll and figure out her next step. Trying to make sure that Gibbs is able to burn off all the calories that you want him to burn.
He's doing a good job. You're doing a good job of
I'm just trying to
helping him out. You're his personal trainer tonight.
I offered to buy him a Thigh Master, and he declined politely. It came right back to Suzanne Summers.
Oh, no.
Yep, indeed.
I honestly, I can picture that one. The Thigh Master.
8.5 minutes left here in the game. Bedford leading 2-0. Kevin Gibbs, if you don't see me walk out of the press boxes, because Kevin Gibbs has tied me to the chair.
With a pair of pantyhose.
Right, possibly. Nora Ripple with it. Now up the left side. Nora, great ball there to Lana Morris. Lana taking her time, and great ball control there to Kenzie Forrester. Kenzie into the box. Now taken away Amelia Murray for Salem. McKenna Snow with a little bit of time. Sends it back far side. Thought she had Vashi, but did not connect with the junior for Bedford. And now back the other way comes Salem, but we have a player down and a whistle blows. Foul called on that one?
It would appear so. I believe that's what happened, but I'm not positive.
Some more broadcasts coming in case you are interested in catching up. Salem taking the kick. Field hockey against Keene Tuesday that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Boys soccer against BG Thursday the 19th at 7. Football against Thornton Academy Friday, 6:45 p.m., 7 o'clock kick. And then girls soccer playoffs, we don't know who they're playing, and it's Wednesday the 25th. Look at the NHIAA website. It'll tell you it's a 3 p.m. start, but they usually will tinker with that a bit. But tune into BCTV Education Channel 8, HD 1072 on cable, or the BCTV app for all the action.
I have not had a chance to look at the potential matchups and see where people are going to end up. Have you looked at that?
I did not look at matchups. I was looking at standings earlier today, and I was looking at game times for prelims, because only, I believe, the top 2 seeds get that coveted bye. But, of course, last year Bedford came in as the 3, and it did not hurt them at all.
No.
Ball sent up front. Lana Morris with it. 6:20 remaining in the game. Great ball near side. Kenzie Forrester into the box. Broken up there by Salem. And now back over to the near side. Amelia Murray can't do anything with it. It'll be a Bedford throw taken there by Sloan Correa.
I can't tell you which year it was, but it's not been a consistent the top 2 get buys. It was one year that only the top team did.
I believe that is the case this year, but don't quote me on it.
Yeah, like I said, usually I would have checked it, but I've been busy this week or over the weekend, last week. Since this week is really
Monday
just
has
starting
been
today,
busy.
someone's
Yes.
going to recognize that faux pas.
Great ball by Sloan to Lana. Lana looking around, evaluates, decides she's going to take it herself into the box, and knocked down there by Salem after the ball was deflected. Now it looked like Vashi had a shot at it. Steps to the ball. Addie Kiley picks it up. Now looks near side, I should say. Great ball to Kenzie Forrester. Kenzie to the middle. And that one over the head of the Salem defender. Controlled there. Maggie Fox with it. Looking to the middle. Nothing doing. And now it'll be right back to Lana Morris. Lana, middle. Vashi. Vashi, beautiful ball. Right to Keys. Thought that one had a little bit of more upper corner to it when it left her foot, but I think we had a funny angle.
Yeah, it may have had some top spin too and came down.
Addie Kiley with one off of the Salem player Patel, and now back the other way go the Bulldogs. Forrester, Lana Morris, Lana looking, Kenzie Forrester in the box, and nothing doing there. Maggie trying to hold it in. Able to do so into the box. Lana with a shot at it. Now Kenzie Forrester with it, rattling around in the box. Still in there. Somebody finish that thing. There we go. That was the definition of a team goal if I've ever seen one. I have no idea who finished it, but if one of them didn't, it was going to be me.
It was a player in black that had pink shoes.
You narrowed it down to about 9 of them.
5 minutes or under 5 minutes. I didn't even look at the clock recently. I don't know where we are.
We'll let Kevin Gibbs tell us who scored.
Hey, good for Vashi.
Awesome. Vashi scores it. I don't know what amount of time we have left. I'm saying it's the 5-minute mark because I didn't see it when it stopped. Andrew Fenn saying it's under that somewhere, but regardless, Vashi Bajpai from Kate Michael. So you have 3 of the 4 Bedford seniors in the scoring column in one way. Kate with an assist, Lana and Maggie each with a goal.
Nice. Nice.
And the only one left to fill out your bingo card is Kylie. Ball sent deep into the Salem offensive end. Addie Kylie, not Kylie Morris, will hold it in. Gets it to Sloan Correa, now to Vashi. Vashi looks to the middle. Now to Kylie Morris.
An incredibly high percentage of the quality first touches the Bedford girls have consistent, and tonight, same as most games, that first touch, which is just so critical. Instead of having the ball bounce off you and go to your opponent, knowing whether you want to trap it, keep it under your feet, or put it in front of you if there's room to run, or where your teammates are to pass it off to.
Vashi sends it far side. Maggie Fox now with it. Maggie right foot. And it looked like it might have gone off the Salem defender.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to be a corner. And indeed, it is the case. So Bedford leading 3-0 with a chance to augment that lead.
And I think I'll give her an assist if this results in a goal, because that kind of play to get the corner is really important instead of just giving up a goal kick where the ball's going to be hit halfway down the field. Now you get control. Great opportunity.
Corner sent into the box, and Keys will pick up that floater. She's done a great job there, and net has Ronnie Keys, and I don't want that to get lost in the fact that Salem is lost 3-0, or is losing 3-0, I should say.
She just made a huge mistake and punted the ball quickly and hit it right off a Bedford player.
Got away with
Whacked her right in the back.
We'll say that's one of those things that you're never quite sure to expect. But Bedford hanging on to it, leading 3-0.
But you're right. Instead, although there's been 3 goals scored, Keys has done a very good job.
She's
tonight.
been absolutely peppered. Now it's Carrera who gets tangled up with Addie Kiley, and they say the foul is on Addie. And as a result, it'll be I
don't know what kind of foul that was. What I saw before, that was actually a handball on the Bedford player.
It's just messy and interesting.
Another call here.
And another call, and it will be a Salem kick. No idea how much time we have left in the game, but I know it is in its waning moments.
Andrew Fenn grabbed his little crystal ball here and says 1 minute.
It's a guess. We're all guessing.
But he's good. I'd trust him. Now we've got 5 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say the official's not moving
6
Bedford
yards,
back. Now
7 yards.
We're at about 10.
There's no excuses on this football
9-ish.
field. It's
I
crazy.
know, seriously, there are lines all over the place. There we go. All right, we're ready to go.
9 yards.
There's the ball to the wall off of somebody's shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the wall if you're playing the wall. What you want.
Did it go out? No, didn't.
It's still in bounds down there. Now sent out. And Salem has a safety back there to hang on to it. And back the other way comes Salem. Player goes toppling down, and they will assess that foul there to Kylie Morris.
What foul?
Kind of, sort of. That was contact, but not really a foul.
I think the Bedford player played the ball, and in the act of playing the ball,
Shot up above, a beautiful ball. As we heard a parent say, it went up and over, and it will be a Bedford goal kick. And I have to imagine we are in the waning seconds now. Callie Spittle sending it over to Kylie. Not Morris, Addie. Now to Sloan Correa.
The official had to do a quick dodgeball there for a moment.
And that, my friends, will do it. So with that said, on senior night, the Bedford Bulldogs pick up a 3-0 win. They picked up their first goal, 31-45 in. Maggie Fox unassisted. The second one, 3:58. Lana Morris off a beautiful assist from McKenna Snow. And then just under 5 minutes. Bashi Bajpai off an assist from Kate Michael. And Callie Spittle, of course, pitching the shutout and goal for the Bulldogs. But Bill Klein, any thoughts before we put this one to bed for tonight and catch up next time when the Bulldogs are in the playoffs?
Well, it was great that Bedford played well, I think, and the fact that they scored 3 goals and another shutout. That's all really important because their next game's a big one. Up against
a tough
BG.
opponent. The 1 seed, or at least
Yes.
what would be the 1 seed right now heading in.
And playing them down there versus here at home. That should be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see how everything works out. That's our final game. And as far as Salem goes, their final game is against Alvern on the same time, same day, this Thursday. And this Thursday, BCTV will be covering the boys' game. Their final match of the regular season.
I may be there. I may not. I'm not sure.
Hey.
I'm not sure whether I'm doing the boys' game or not. I still have to figure that one out. So for our cameraman, best around bar none, Andrew Fenn, and my analyst, Bill Klein, my name is Lauren Fox. Again, Bedford, a 3-0 win over Salem on senior night. We'll catch you on the 25th for the prelims of the NHIAA Division I playoffs. You've been watching Bedford Bulldogs girls soccer on BCTV.